Hello, hello.
Check. Testing. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're on fire, brother.
Cheers.
You know how this goes. All the fuck ups are behind us now. We're good to go.
Oh,
What's
cheers,
going on,
guys.
everybody?
What is up? Tom, that better be vodka.
I got some behind it. Week 11. Week 11. Two great guests tonight, George. Really excited to talk about this one. We've got two-time Super Bowl champions. They both played an awesome position, and I want to shout out to you again. You are the straw that stirs the drink.
Me and Reggie.
Show.
Me and Reggie.
Check us out.
So I was thinking, what's better than one Super Bowl winning cornerback of the Big Blue Wrecking Crew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with two. Let's welcome Perry Williams and Mark Collins to the show. Oh, there he is.
There they are. Yeah, Mark.
Man,
and
where does time go?
it's
What is
Welcome,
going on, guys?
Hey.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
All right, guys. What's happening? Got my man with me tonight. I got the
Hello,
MC
hello.
Hammer. I got him, the one and only. If it's another, it's a phony. MC. He's the real
Having
deal.
audio problems.
Oh, you got some bro.
I can't hear
Can you hear
anybody.
Can you
I
hear
hear-
us?
George, I hear you.
Can
Tom,
you
I
hear
don't
me?
hear you.
Mark, you there? You got me?
Mark, you got me?
Nick,
You got me? No?
No.
I can hear you. I can hear you guys over here.
Mark, don't worry about Nick. He's pretty second rate anyway.
no, hold on. You
But-
know what? Let me log on and come back on.
Perfect.
Sounds
I'll
Good.
be back. I'll be
We'll
back.
get Mark up in
All right.
just a moment.
How you doing, Barry? Long time.
I'm doing
no see,
good, man. Hey, I got one of my right hand men there with us tonight, man. That's gonna be a good night for you guys, man. The hit man. I named him the MC Hammer when he first got there, 1986. A great, tremendous player, no doubt about it, man.
He was definitely hard hitting.
Oh yeah, he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared
Good.
of the contact. You know,
Guys,
he wasn't scared. I'm talking about your Hammer. I'm talking about your MC.
I hear you,
I
Perry.
said
Tom,
you
can you
won't-
talk?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling
You got
them
us,
that
Mark?
hey, you won't scared of
There you go.
contact. You know, I
Oh,
told him
man.
you the one and only, man. If it's another, it's a phony. You the
Well,
real deal.
Perry, listen. One thing I count on you. You know I always counted on you. You my boy. You my guy. We always relied on each other. I look on to my right. That's my right corner over there. Old reliable. Now, guys, excuse me. In honor of this year's Masters, I'm going to partake in a libation. So,
Oh,
this, here we go. Let's have a good show.
There you go. I'll throw out my Gatorade.
Yeah.
That
I'm with you
works
there,
too,
Perry.
Perry. No, Perry's a reliable boy. We are the only tandem that played 7 years as a tandem in Giants history, and that's something. You know, he's always been there, man. I mean, we had that little blip when Everson Walls came, but Perry has been consistent, man, and that's my dude.
That is awesome.
Oh,
So you
reliable.
guys
can
recently
everyone,
put out.
can everyone hear Nick though? Before
you
we
hear
start?
me?
I hear you, Nick.
Yes.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Nick.
Awesome. So you guys recently put out the article talking about the cornerback position being one of the toughest positions in football. What inspired you guys to write this?
Go ahead, Perry.
Well, I was talking to one of my administrators and one of my coordinators that work with me at Long Island University, as you guys are aware of, and she was talking to me about defensive backs, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, we can get a little show again, get Mark Collins over here, get the Hammer with us. This will be a great segment and great segue for the fan base and people of football to understand the real true life of what a cornerback does for football, whether it's little league, middle school, high school, college, or professionally. And Mark Collins and I, Big Hammer and I, we did it effectively for many years, and man, I'm proud to be a part of that and winning championships together to show for it that we had did something special. So it was great. But have Mark to come on with us, man, with me. It's been a great opportunity for me to see him last year. I saw him, and I brag about him. When I'm here in North Carolina, obviously I brag about him up in New York. When I'm over at Long Island University, talking about a real football man. I ain't talking about some the peak squeaks. I'm talking about guys who know how to go lay it on the line. So I'm just happy that he was able to join and to come on with us tonight. So with you guys and myself as well. So looking forward to a good show, guys.
Yeah, thank you
Absolutely.
guys.
And
you.
we
You guys got
appreciate
it.
that.
Yeah, this invited me, and I'm happy to be here. And hopefully, I collectively can answer some questions and give some insight of what is truly like to play corner at the highest level for a long time. Because it's not just lining up and playing, saying I got my man. There's more to it than that, and just that and running backwards.
No, I agree. And there was always the old joke about, cornerbacks are mostly failed receivers. That was like the old joke, like,
Yeah.
he couldn't catch, but he had the speed. He had the moves, obviously. We all know it's more than that. Frankly, that position would terrify me. Everything lives and dies on you guys. I mean, you and the safeties, you really do. Everything lives and dies. One false step, one misread. It's a house show. So.
Yeah, it is, and I'm gonna go a little in depth on. I know we're trying to keep things topical now. Well, I'm going in depth. And Perry played the right corner. I played left corner. And this country is 75-80% right-handers, right? Something like that. The NFL is 98% right-handed quarterbacks. So your left corner, that's like playing third base for the Yankees, especially in New York with the Giants. It's like playing goalie for the Rangers. That action's coming at you whether you like it or not, because that's the position. Left corner is that. So the mentality and the makeup, it's different than playing right corner. Right corners, they're going to attack you every now and then, and you got to be ready for it. You can't fall asleep. But playing left corner, that's the sweet spot, if you will. And your mentality has got to match it. Just how it is. You look at do a little research, it's just on the top of your mind. You think about the teams that won championships. I bet you could name the left corner, and you probably can't name the right corner. And that's just how the league is. It's sad, but that's how it is. The Raiders back in the day, Lester Hayes. You even talk about the Patriots. You got Ty Law. You keep going on down that road, and even though they didn't win a Super Bowl,
Darrell Revis in there.
that's just how it is. And you talk to those corners, some of it is bravado, some of it is arrogance, but most of it is confidence, is self-assurance. And we had that with me. And on my other side, I call him the silent assassin. That's Perry Williams. Perry's reliable, man. He never got down on himself, none of that kind of stuff. Always there, always ready to play. And we've talked a lot on the sidelines and, trying to compare notes, mental notes. And that's one thing I loved about Perry. Always there for you, always reliable.
Absolutely. And I had a question for both of you, actually. How did you guys end up at corner? Was that your choice, or did a coach just throw you out there one day and you excelled there?
For me, it was when I was growing up, I was a running back, believe it or not, and I played defensive back, cornerback, and on the defense side, offense side of the ball, I was a running back. And then as I got older and up in time, it was time for me to go to college. I went obviously to NC State, and said, well, we want you as a cornerback. I said, well, fine with me. So I instead of jumped over on that side of the ball. I like to be the hitter instead of the hittee. So and that persuaded, that motivated me as well. But I got in there, and I played right corner all the way through high school, all the way through college, right corner. When I got up there in the Giants, when they got me in the 7th round in 83, they were gonna put me at safety. They had Terry Kennard, the first round pick, free safety from Clemson, and they had me, obviously from NC State, and they was looking at me. And then I went out and started doing what I was doing. And he said, "Oh, I'm gonna put you back at corner." So that's how I got that. I put you back on the other side. And I was shutting down those tight ends. I was all over. I was playing strong safety. But then they put me at the corner, and I was relaxed at that position. That was my base. So that's how I got to right cornerback.
Yeah, I was a high school running back as well. That was a damn good one too. I got recruited to Cal State Fullerton as a running back, and I'm in the meeting room, offensive meeting room, my freshman year, about to start camp. And Gene Murphy, may rest in peace, our head coach, walks in and goes, "Hey, we need some help at defensive back. Anyone wants to play?" Now, mind you, you go to college, everybody wants to be a running back at the start position or whatever. We had 15 running backs in our running back room and 8 Rhodes Scholarship, right? So I look around and nobody raised their hand. So I raised my hand. Well, I immediately went from the offensive room to the defensive back room, got the playbook, and the rest is history. One of the things that really drove me, I guess, to play cornerback was, you go to college, and Perry, you know how this goes. You want to make the traveling squad, right? Because if you're not on special teams or a starter, you're not traveling with a team on road trips. You're staying home doing other stuff. And I was making a traveling squad. I didn't want to stay home. So go to play defensive back. End up starting my freshman year. Yeah, that was something. And I played left corner for 4 years at Fullerton, 20 interceptions, number 10 on the NCAA list still, all-time interceptions. So, yeah, I've always been a left corner. And I think that confidence and that moxie, I guess, that confidence comes from being a left corner.
So, excuse me. This position, the cornerback. Well, real quick, actually, did you guys did you stick with your assignment when you played together? If your guys shadowed across the field, did you guys just split it back up, or did you?
No, we stayed on. He stayed on the left side. I stayed on the right side.
Yeah.
We didn't have to go. We didn't match up like that. He was so Collins was so good. MC was so good. You stay on your side. I'm gonna stay on my side. We shut him down.
Solid. We both were solid. I mean,
did teams try to do that to you guys to kind of mess up the rhythm?
No. Because now, I mean, when we played the 49ers, right? And back in the day, it's like baseball, right? If you got a fastball and there's a fastball hitter, why would a fastball pitcher throw a curveball? That's not my deal. You want to go match it. You want to match up your best against our best. So we play in San Francisco, and if Jerry's on the right side, I'm on the left corner. He's on the offensive right. It's game on. If they put Jerry on the left side, on Perry's side, it's game on. We ain't got a match up. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We were
I knew it's more.
it's
more of a modern way of thinking in the game, but I just didn't know if that happened, if they tried to do it just to see what you guys would do.
We lined up and kicked people's ass. That's what we did.
That's great.
That's
a perfect answer.
No, that was it.
That's the bottom line.
Perfect. That whole defense was terrifying to begin with. I mean,
yeah. Well, it was. If I've said before, it was dominating. We used the term. I use this word sometimes. Subjugated. We subjugated people. We used to conquer. We destroyed them. We tried to demolish them. And then look at them and say things, wink at them, or shake their hand, and But my thing was, you're playing with guys like Mark Collins and all the rest of the guys I've talked about before with LT and Banksy and Leonard, and go on with them. And then on the offensive side of the ball, we had a bunch of guys who wanted to play ball. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
We've got guys who knew how to play the game and wanted to play the game. We wanted to win. Some guys who was worried about the money, so we go get you. Damn it, win, you'll get your money. Just
Yeah.
win. That's all. And especially in New York. If you
Yeah.
win in New York, oh my God. Here I am still living 30, 35 years later. I'm still up in New York doing stuff up there. You know, because people are associated with winners. They don't want to be associated with losers. Sorry to say that.
That's
You know,
a fact.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a fact, man. I want to play no damn dud. It's either you a stud or a dud, you know. And so my
Hey.
thing is, you know, we get the job done. And I trusted Mark Collins. You know, he got in the league, you know, when we first got here, I said, this guy, he got a little something about him. And then as time went on, I found out that he had that killer instinct in him. I said, now I got a chance to do something now. Because I got me a killer assassin on one side of me, and I'm going to just try to destroy him when they come over on my side. So, you know, that was the one thing. That's the one thing that I put emphasis on. I want to be with guys that I trust. You know, and we had a bunch of them. And I was so happy and being a pleasure, and it was an honor to play with all these guys, man. Regardless of what I do, my key was to contribute to the team, to help the guys, and we try to win games. Because, you know, when you win, man, everybody love you. When you lose, they stick their nose up at you. So,
Ain't that
You know what?
I didn't want to be called garbage or
Yeah,
trash.
I know.
Oh, this guy suck. Or this guy suck. What? Man, you know, I ain't
Well-
about that. I'm about winning, man. You know.
Yeah.
Now the players are on, you know, annual bad teams and they still hold out for more money. Think about
Dexter
that.
Lawrence.
That's the
Dexter
league.
Lawrence.
Ooh, I didn't want to name drop, but I don't
That's the
know.
league.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
That's the league. That's the league. But what can you do? And, you know, I'll say this. I'm gonna piggyback a little bit. We won Super Bowls, and there is not. I've been monetizing my two Super Bowl wins for the last 40 years. You can
Isn't that
monetize that, and I'll go one step further. I played 13 years, played for 3 other different teams outside the Giants. There is no place better to win than winning in New York. That I'm telling you, I've been around a lot of teams. I've talked to a lot of players, but if you win there with that team, whether the Giants, we're talking about Giants, you win the Yankees. Knicks ain't not so much. They haven't done something in a long time. But if you win in New York, this special, and that's globally. I did radio and TV. I did TV work in London for Sky Sports. I got invited there because, well, I think I look good. I speak well, but I played with the Giants. That carries a lot of weight. There's nothing like winning in New York. I would say this. It just seems better. Maybe it's just me. But when the Giants are in the Super Bowl or playoffs, I think the NFL likes it more. I think the league runs a little bit better when you got the Giants in there. That's how I feel about it. But you know,
I wish they'd make our schedule a little easier. The last few years have been brutal.
yeah, that's out of my control. That there.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, you're not wrong. They didn't really take care of us in the schedule department for wanting us to be in the Super Bowl, but I do agree with what you're saying.
Well, I mean, okay, when we talk about the schedule, it's always bothered me. It's like every team in the league is good. Really. It's not the flipping SEC or Mountain West, whatever. Every team is good. Everybody's talking
Oh,
about,
yeah,
well,
100%.
so I just hate when people, well, it's a tough schedule. Every team is flipping good. Stop acting like you're playing, you know, in the Mountain West or SEC or whatever. Every team is good. You got to play the schedule that you got. Just flip and win. That's all you got to do. Because the worst team on your schedule could still come and kick your ass. So stop acting like you're playing against Western Michigan or playing against Boise State. You're playing against an NFL team. So I just hate when people, and I hope I'm not dumping on anybody, but it's just when they all the schedule stuff. Dude, last time I checked, it's an NFL team.
I just wonder how they calculated. I mean, a team that's struggling at that point for the better part of the
It's
last
it's not about your team that's struggling. It's not. It's about who's going to watch.
Yep.
Everybody's going to watch a New York team. I don't care if it's bad or not.
Yeah.
Here's my point. How many times have you seen the New Orleans Saints on prime time?
Depends who they're playing.
Was that-
It's not a draw.
Not a big market,
Yep.
No.
right? So the New York Giants could be 4-13, but they're still going to have an Amazon Prime game, and they're still going to be somewhere on Thursday night or Monday Night Football.
100%.
No, it's
Anyway,
very
carry
true.
on, guys. I'm going to have a
Yeah,
drink real quick.
100%.
Hey,
Yeah, sorry, Nick.
no,
so,
go ahead.
Perry, from your perspective, what did Mark really do well that people might not fully realize?
He was a complete corner from his position, complete. And he talked about that earlier with another group, and I've heard him say it many times, in other situations, and we're just talking in conversation. But he was complete, and what I mean by complete, hell, he could tackle, he could run with the best of them, And the most important thing that he had about him, that I would say, I call him the P word, not the P word you think I might be talking about.
Yeah.
He had the P word of pride. He had pride. That's what I admired about him. And that son of a bitch wouldn't go let nothing get him down. Hey, we're gonna make a mistake. Hey, we're gonna come back fighting again, and vice versa with me. Hey, It's a 60-minute game. Hey, we got to keep playing. Short-term memory. And we make a mistake. We make a mistake full speed. Okay, let's go again.
Yep.
That's the mentality you got to have as a defensive back. You're going to go up there with your tail between your legs. Or, I thought he would do this. I thought, no, you ain't thought nothing. Go get the damn job done. That's it.
There you go.
Bottom line.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, you don't have to be Einstein and know the theory of relativity. You know what I'm saying?
Did it help you guys too with how badass you guys were from front to back on that defense? I mean, there was really no soft spot, if you will.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah, I played with confidence. Like, hey, I got Collins, I got Terry Kennard, I got Kenny Hill, Thrill Hill, got LT, I got Harry Carson, I got Pepper Johnson, I got Curtis McGriff, I got Jim Burt, I got Leonard Marshall. Hell, you can't help but play with confidence.
And
that was my point. I think I'd feel.
And then I got the damn guy named the coach named Bill Belichick, the defensive guru.
Mm-hmm.
The genius. If it's such words as genius for football, then he's one of them. In my opinion, it's always been that way. And we had big tuna fish. We had Parcells. He bopping around there. Hell, he ought to have had a lot of smiles and skinning ear to year. Because he he had some players. We want to go quit. We might go down. You might get us every now and then, but it wasn't gonna be no consistent basis. I got my ass kicked in my first year. I really didn't play then, but I was on the scout squad. But the point is, 3-12-1 unacceptable. I ain't going on 3-12-1s no more. That's it for me. That was the attitude I came in with. 84, 85, and then college. MC came in 86, and the way we went. Now I got me some players. Send them. Them. I call them the chicken eaters. Send them chicken eaters home. I want me some real players with me.
So, Mark, same question in regards to Perry.
Yeah, his consistency was really paramount, and I'll expand on that. When you make it to this league, you've done something that a lot of people can't do. But to stay in this league, that's something. So what I saw in Perry, his study habits, his consistency of always being at the right place at the right time, being accountable. It was never a pattern going up and down, or play 2 good games, have 3 bad games, play 2 good games. Never. It was always consistent. And when you see that, when I saw that in him, it was game on. So now we feed this off each other. I got to match his consistency. And that's on the back end of defensive backs, going with corners. And there's a whole other topic I get in later on if you want to, we have time.
Yeah.
But that marries with our pass rush. But to make it work, we got to talk to each other. We got to see what we're doing. So that's what I saw. And I say this before, and you guys don't know this, after the first defensive series, maybe the second defensive series that we've always done this. We'll sit by each other, and we ask each other, hey, P-Dub, MC, what they doing over there? What that receiver doing to you? We just compare mental notes. What they doing to you? That's what really good, consistent defensive backs do. Instead of not telling you what they're doing or your receivers doing. So Perry's, we always been that way. His consistency, his attention to detail, not going in the tank kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I loved about playing with him. And that's what he brought to the table. His accountability, not only to himself, but to his rank and file, to the players he's playing with, to the Giants fans. That's key. And that's what some people don't understand fan-wise. They just see, oh, he got beat. Oh, this guy got beat. Oh, this guy's garbage. Oh, no, dude. Sometimes what people don't realize, and they should, those receivers get a check too. They get paid as well. So you can't stop everything. But Perry's consistency, I just try to match it, and that's all we try to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. The idea that one mistake can turn into 6 points and a great play really goes unnoticed on the field. I mean, from your perspective, what makes the position so mentally demanding? Just one little slip can change the cost of the game.
Well, after that, guys, jump out the gate with that with Markham. You know, he can follow up on it. It's short-term memory. You got to learn how to have that. You know, in playing, especially with cornerback, in my opinion. You got to have a short-term memory. You got to have the other thing I call about the theory, or I talk about the self-determination theory. When you got to go through all hell and back or whatever you're going through, what you got to be mentally tough to fight through the adversity. Because you're going to have adversity. You're not going to be the way you want to be all the time. You know, and Mark was talking about, MC is talking about, you know, we sitting down and collaborating about, you know, what's happening on that other, on your side, you know, what is he doing, and vice versa, telling, hey, this is what I think. And we, you know, just go out there and execute. It's called confidence. We play with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, that's the part, you know, some of these guys go out there and have a great game today, and then like Mark was saying, you know, then the next game have a nice little game, and then they go in the tank for a month.
Yep.
Where you at, man? What you doing?
So,
You know, when you're looking in the stand, looking for your girlfriend, I mean, what you doing, man? You're looking for your mamacitas? I mean, tell me, I mean, what's happening? You know, it's play ball. Just play ball. That's it, man. And, you know, I had guys like him with me. You know, we all know about, you know, LT, great player and all of this and that. Great, wonderful player. No doubt about it. But hell, you know, but he couldn't play the game by himself. He needed more Collins. He needed Perry Williams.
100%.
He needed them corners. They can go out there and jam these damn guys. You know, and go out there and play with, you know, with the mindset of, you know, I'm gonna get the job done. Never quit. Jerry Rice, I'm gonna give you a quick story on Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice and we obviously Mark Collins and I, you know, we had some great games against them, and they, you know, a couple of times got us. Okay, but I remember, you know, one of the game we was playing, and Jerry Rice had a habit of, you know, if the ball wasn't coming in, he pretended he was going like a 9 route or a go route. He'd go full speed down the field. Hell, I'm going full speed with it. You know, I'm on, you know, zero coverage or man to man, you know, what we call, and he had a habit of running back to the huddle. Hell, he didn't know. Hell, I ran track too at one point. I'll run back to the huddle too. When he got in the huddle and looked in the huddle to look at our defense, I'm standing there looking back at him like I'm still here, big man. I ain't going nowhere. I might have physically or mentally talk about it. You never heard me, or Mark will tell you that. You know, Collins will tell you. I wasn't really a vocal talker like that on the field, but I was just looking at it. I got, you know, and my thing was he was trying to get guys to see if you were tired of, bending over or your hands on your hip. Now I'm looking right at you, big man. Don't worry about it. I'm still here. I didn't have to physically say anything, mentally or physical, or more, anything about, this or that. I didn't say a word. I just did. Art Monk was the same way.
Yep.
James Lofton, same way.
Mm.
You coming, you coming after me, okay, and then you go on the other side. I got Hammer sitting on the other side. So where you going? Where you going? I mean, really, where you going? And then I got Terry Kanoa sitting in there, and Kenny Hill, Thrill Hill, Psycho. We called him Psycho. Damn, wild men in there, and then these guys, and we could play, man. I'm getting excited now, man. I'm thinking I'm reminiscing, going back in time. Well, these guys can go play some football, man. I ain't want to be around those suckers. I like being around champs. I can tell you that right now. I despise that. I'm sorry to say that to anybody listening to this. I'm sorry to say I hate being around suckers. I want me a champ around me, not a chump. Now I said a champ. So if you have that winning mentality, that carries over from the sports field or whatever sport you may be in to transition to real life, man. And real life is hell. I want to win.
Yeah.
I'm in Long Island University for a reason. I'm in to win it. Yeah. I'm not talking about the sport. I'm talking from an academic standpoint right now. I want my kids to come out and be able to transition and do great things in society. Because everybody's not going to play sports professionally. So you go out there with that kind of mindset. I have so many Wall Street execs call me and get in touch with me. Hey, who you have over there? You got any prospects, an internship or paid internship or job prospect from that? Because they looking. I've come to realization and understanding that a lot of these people, businessmen and businesswomen, they love athletes. Because why did he love athletes? Because they got that damn tenacity. They got that killer instinct in them. Get the job done, mentality.
The drive.
That's it. The drive, the mental drive. Go ahead and take over more, MC. I'm talking too much.
So real quick, I just thought of it as you were talking. As your cornerback duo, did you guys dabble in the mental game of this with the receivers a little bit? Were you fucking around with them? Were you kind of trying to see where their head was at? Or was it all principles, schematics, and film?
I answer that again, jump ahead again. Jerry Rice, he was trying to see can he outwill me. You ain't gonna outwill me. You can run fast you can. I'm gonna be right there beside you, looking at you. And you get back in the huddle, look back at me. I'm looking back at you. And that was he tried to impose his will that way. Great player, no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. But he tried to impose he tried to impose his will on us. He had a hard day. Because I know MC, you go on his side, he gonna try to knock your damn head off. So I already knew that. So
what about you, Mark? Did you dabble in the mental games a little bit?
No, I just played the best I could within the confines of the defense. Now, I had a little leeway to do some things. Our cover 2, our cover 1, or cover 0 with no safety. We can. I know I can't speak for Perry, but I had some leeway. I can press bail. I can quick jam. I can play cover, a soft cover 2. I do a lot of stuff. Belichick gave me some leeway to do some stuff, and which was great because by doing stuff like that, I could throw receivers off. We're not just lining up in a basic coverage where the quarterback can say, okay, it's man coverage. Okay, it's cover 2. Okay, it's 0. Can you just standing with our foot in cement? So I moved more than Perry did. I was up and back. I was press bail, press, go cover 2, stop, quick jam. I do a lot of stuff.
So your
by
scheme
doing
was a little
stuff
more
like
exotic.
that, by doing stuff like that, I have more tools in my tool chest, tool belt, that I could throw people off. Because my job at left corner was to keep not only 2 people off the same wavelength, but 3, the offensive coordinator. So if I'm moving a lot and they don't know what the hell I'm doing, press bail, cover 2, cover 3, whatever, and our safeties worked in unison. Perry moved, so we all moved. They didn't know what the hell we were doing. So I didn't really talk a lot. I didn't talk at all. I just did my job and kept those guys off the same page. One of the stories that really solidifies what I'm saying is true, that's factual. Joe Montana was my teammate in Kansas City. And we're about to go to Japan and play a preseason game against the Vikings over in Japan. So me and Joe were at the airport in Kansas City, about the border plane. Let's have a beer. So we drink a beer. He goes, I got to tell you something. He goes, Mark, Jerry hates you. And I said, yeah, okay. Well, that means I did my job. He goes, yeah, he just couldn't get a beat on you to beat you. I said, well, that just solidified my story that what I'm saying is that's what I did. So that was never talking. And Jerry's a fantastic player. We're friends. So no animosity, nothing like that.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I always wanted to do, move around. So yeah.
That's
I don't
awesome.
think he was a fan of Perry either, though.
No.
6'2" corner staying stride for stride with him.
We played well against San Francisco. We played very well. We just did. It's all about matchups. It's all about matchups. Even in today's league, who can match up with who? Now, the question earlier you asked, George, was, did we match up? No, we didn't, because we were solid all the way around. Right. Now, in today's NFL, they try to move the receiver. They try to find the duck, right? The duck on the pond, right? Mm-hmm. Well, because the league got some ducks out there who can't cover. But we didn't have no ducks. We were all solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mark, you were known for tight man coverage, big game turnovers. You talk about San Francisco, but the Super Bowl against the Broncos, I think it was you, right? You had that critical pick in the game.
That was Elvis. That was Elvis.
That was Elvis.
That was Elvis. What happened that game? Quick story. I won't take up some compared time to talk.
Yeah.
Quick. I was mad because I wanted to start that Super Bowl. I want to go on an introduction or whatever. I was pissed for maybe 15 seconds because I already knew that during the practice that Elvis was going to start. But it was what it was. But being a team player, it was not a big deal. The funny part about that is I end up starting anyway because our defensive set, I don't know if you remember this, Perry, our defensive set was a dime package. I started that game like at a middle safety because Denver ran a lot of dig routes. So I missed out on being on the introduction part of it, but end up starting the game as a middle safety to a point. I thought that's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
So how did you guys deal with pass interference? My opinion, in the modern game, it's a little bit more heavy, I think. I think receivers and quarterbacks look for the PI call, especially on the big bombs, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, whatever shot they're going to take. Did you guys ever feel like it was not fair for you guys? It was hard to balance playing your position with contact and being draw on a penalty.
Yeah, well, and for me to answer that is, when I got in there in '83, man, they had this jam technique, man. You could jam them all over the field.
Yeah.
And the guys, I think the NFL, the league officers and offensive aspect of it was like, hey, man, we got to get these guys open. We got to get some stuff going and get this, the numbers on the scoreboard. The fan engagement aspect of it. But I enjoyed the fact that you hit the jam technique and you go 5 yards, then you got to run with them, and it wasn't a real big deal for them. But I like the fact when I first got in the league that you could just jam the guy all over the field as much as you wanted to, and but that changed with the system. Don't touch them. Let them go ahead and run and get into their route. Whatever they was going to run that particular route or whatever. Again. The game is hard, man, guys. It's a hard game as it is, physical and mentally, and you're going through the experiences that you're going through. But you got to be consistent. As Mark was saying, I appreciate him saying that, being consistent, and that's the key. You can be great today, all-star today, and next year you become a bum all of a sudden. How did that work? So I always believed in trying to be consistent, and more importantly, if I always said I want to be ready for my guys. I train like hell. I will come down south, North Carolina, train for training camp, and just make sure I'm ready to go. Cause yeah, you got to be able to run too. Now, when you're a defensive back, you're on the horse all the time. You got to be able to go get it when it's time to go get it. So I made sure I came there, ready to go, fired up, and I was accountable. Accountability to all these guys I had with me. Hey, they depended on me, and I took it as such a with the attitude is, hey, I'm gonna get the job done. Don't worry about it. You just, we do what we do, and don't worry about it. The bottom, I want to win championships, guys.
Yeah.
I reiterate that again. I'm about winning. I don't care about all that other stuff, this and that. The bottom line is results, and anything else is BS to me. So. And I wanted to make sure the fan base, not only my teammates, but my fan base and the people in the administration, the ownership of the New York Giants know the hell when Perry Williams ran on the field, he was going to give it his best.
And you did. And you did that, my brother. You did it well. Now, I honestly, the pass interference, I'm not BSing nobody when I say this. I think I have maybe 2 pass interference in 13 years. One, well, that's been a corner. One, I remember we played New Orleans. That's when Lawrence hurt his shoulder, and I was playing with a hernia. And I forget the receiver. He ran out and up, huh?
That was a Monday night game, right?
I don't know if it was Monday or Thursday. One of those games, probably Monday night.
Yeah, the Monday night.
LT tied up his
And I
his
had
shoulder. That was Monday night.
And I had a hernia, but I played through it 2 games, and I get the receiver. He ran out and up, and I grabbed him because I couldn't push off. I pass interference, and Bill Parcells looks at me like, "What do you do that for?" And I'm going, "Mother," and that was it. I had a hernia, so I didn't play anymore the whole season. That's the year we lost to the Jets, and we make the playoffs. But I digress. Anyway, so the reason I didn't have a lot of pass interferences because I knew how to play the deep ball. I knew how to turn and look on the deep ball. I don't have to grab anybody to stop them from running by me because no one's going to just run by me. One person did it. Flipper Anderson did it, but that not the one in the playoffs, the broken ankle game. I was there, great throw, great catch. But we've played them the year after that in LA, and I was press bailing, and I know everybody's speed I play against. And I knew with Flipper, if I'm going to press bail, I got to be at 4 yards so I can get that head start. Well, Jim snapped the ball. I was at 2 yards. And Flipper got on me, and he was gone. And I couldn't catch him. Thank goodness he dropped the ball. He was wide open. It would have been a touchdown, but he dropped it. You can find that on YouTube. I'm telling you. And Flipper's a good friend of mine. We play golf every now and then. We talk about a lot of stuff. But he dropped the ball. But that's knowing your personnel. That's knowing your opponent. But pass interference now, a lot of the corners, we talked about this earlier, me and Perry did. A lot of these college coaches aren't teaching the right technique to play the deep ball. Some of these defensive backs, some of these corners are real handsy. They grab it. You play the game with your feet, not your hands.
Right.
Your feet will get you in position so you don't have to use hands to grab. And when you got to grab somebody, you're panicking. So, yeah, I just think with some of these corners, a little, they need somebody like me or Perry to talk to them a little bit. Or even other corners. That would help.
Oh, yeah.
It would help.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say the offensive PI is often overlooked.
They never call it.
Never call it.
No.
Rarely.
No push-offs, no grabbing and pulling. No. But the league is geared. This league is geared for the offense because offense sells tickets.
Right.
Remember the old saying in baseball?
Points.
Chicks dig the long ball.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same. So
And that's really unfortunate because the defenses win the championships. I will die on that hill. That the defense.
You're right.
I will die on that hill. So that's actually unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whether it's modern day or the past, what was the skill that you would say translates to modern day cornerback position?
Go ahead, Mark.
What
The
skill?
Yeah.
As far outside of football?
Yeah, mentally,
Anything.
physically, anything.
Oh gosh, I would venture to say golf, just on the middle part,
Yeah.
because especially at corner, because it's just you, and you got to try to incorporate the pass rush from a Michael Strahan, a Lawrence Taylor, Jim Bird, or Carl Banks. You got to try to factor that part in to help you manage your technique, because at corner you're really by yourself. So I think of being a golfer, because a golfer is just you, and the outside elements, the wind, the weather, the rain, the fans around you, you got to try to block all that up. But it's in your mind. But at the end, but the snap of the ball, you got to be pretty much perfect at your technique for 3.5 seconds to 4 seconds. And then just when you think that you got everything right, that play is extended. So now you got to recalibrate and cover your receiver a little bit longer. And this guy's running all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
So
such a cool way to look at that. I've
That's how I
never,
see it.
as somebody who plays golf poorly, I've always said like golf's the hardest sport because you're always exposed. You know, it's everybody's looking at you. But to you to put it into as a cornerback, holy shit, that
That's
makes
it.
perfect sense, man.
That's
That's
it.
awesome.
Yep.
Perry, what
Yeah.
about you, man?
Yeah, well, I kind of use that analogy, figure back what Mark was saying, MC is saying, guys. You know, golf was the hardest thing for me when I got out of football. Then I started messing with golf. I went to golf school, Pinehurst, North Carolina, down here. And, you know, I live in that Pinehurst area in Carolina, and 5 days a week for a year.
Yeah.
So to get my golf game going.
Get your game on, yeah.
Yeah, and then Mark made another good point there. You know, when I play against, go out and play a group with a group of guys or whatever, hey, I don't play against them. I play against the course.
Yeah.
The course. Yeah, it's all about you. You know, it's me and the course. You know, the adulation, the uphill lie, downhill lie. You know, you got to know how to play that stuff. You know, and then that ball is not going nowhere. That's the other thing about football. You know, football, you're moving 100 miles an hour, but that golf ball is sitting right there. No, yeah, I look at that, you know, and it's a lot of golfers that I call, we use the term nosy, the word nosy. You nosy because you're looking with the ball. Keep your head down on the ball. You know, trying to be or we play what they call military golf. I know you guys know about that. Left, right. You know, I'm trying to play golf to stay consistent, and that would be a good word for me. And MC say about me as a football player, but consistency is important for me in the golf course. Hell, you could be shooting an 80 today or 79 or 77, whatever the case is. And the next day you shoot a 97. How is that? And you still on the same golf course you played yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, what is that? You're talking from a mental, social, emotional mindset. Why is that? You know, so it's the concentration level, and that's what MC is talking about. You got to learn how to concentrate and be able to hold that consistently. You can't be up and down. You can't be erratic. You got to be able to be on. Because you're not going to be perfect every single time. Now, you know that's not going to be the case. But you know, make sure you got more positive than you do negatives. And that's how I look at it.
Yeah, great. That's awesome. You know, and I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth when I say this. You can tell a mark of a great player based on how long they play. This is what I'm thinking, and maybe you agree. A guy, we're talking football in this term. If a player's playing football for 3 or 4 years, and that player was great for 3 and 4 years, you'll say, that guy was a great football player for a short period of time. But you could tell the mark of a great player based on how long they played, how long they started as a starter. So you go as a starter, longevity, consistency. And this is something that people don't know about Perry. This man has played 11 years at the highest level consistently. I mean, at the highest level for a long time. A very, very, very good player. That alone should tell you about him. I did the same thing. Now, granted, everybody wants the accolades, and a guy who played 3 years made the Pro Bowl, or I was all pro twice at 2 different positions. I don't know if Perry made all pro, I don't know, or Pro Bowl, I don't know. But people want to hark on a player who played short times, 2 or 3 or 4 years. They make all pro, Pro Bowl, instead of looking at players who played at the highest level. And I'm just talking about cornerbacks. I'm talking about everybody. As a starter, consistently for 11, 13 years. You're talking about 24 years of defensive back work just between us. We got 4 Super Bowl rings. I take longevity and consistency over anything else that anybody says. Because that tells me the work that man right there put in, or me myself, means something. That goes towards our preparation, our willingness to compete, and us really surviving 13 to 11 drafts where they're trying to replace you.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And staying healthy.
Staying
Yes.
healthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a big
Yeah,
part of
it's
it.
a lot.
Dodging that
It's a
bullet.
lot.
I completely agree. And Mark, you just mentioned willingness to compete. And, both of you guys always did that day in and day out. Now, current direction of this team, right? John Harbaugh, new head coach. I'm sure maybe you guys heard about Paulson Adebo today, not reporting to voluntary workout. He does play your position. I think he's super talented, but with a new head coach, what do you guys make of that? Should fans be a little bit concerned? Obviously, it's voluntary, but with the new head coach, you want to
It's
get
voluntary, mandatory.
right.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. Oh, well, me personally, if I may chime in on that,
Of course.
that's horse manure to me.
Mm.
Some of these guys, you got a new regime coming in. You need to come together, build that culture, make sure everybody's on the same page, work together. I think the camaraderie comes when you're spending time together. A lot of guys that want to do their own, have their own agenda and want to do their own thing, but this is something brand new. And so Jim Harbaugh or whatever, John Harbaugh rather, coming in, setting the pace, setting the tone, getting ready to do what you got to do to make sure everybody's on the same page. I mean, not everybody have to say got to be there, but I would like, for me personally, I want to be there and during the all season. So in certain parts of the time of the year, I would go home, during the all season and stay there and do my work down there, and then come back and do some work up here, up there in New York or New Jersey. But the guys, it's all about it goes right back again. The right kind of attitude. What kind of attitude do you have? The winner's mentality. You just want to go and just get your paycheck and just go through the motions and do that. And then, say, I played for the Giants back, blah, 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 whatever amount of years it was, a year or 2 or 4 years, 5, whatever the case is. Or you want to be a guy who laid it on the line and went out there and won games and won championships. That's what I want to be recognized as, the guy who laid his guts on the line and wasn't scared to go out there and do it. And but you guys in this different personality, different generation of young men now. Mm. We all know the guys ain't got that kind of heart that a Collins may have, or obviously Lawrence Taylor and the rest of the guys that we had. They don't have that kind of heart. It's a whole different mentality. So my thing is, if you don't want to be a part of it, then go home. My thing is, and I don't begrudge any young guy who making money, all girls who play in sports, whatever, this time against our time. But if you're going to go out there, my thing is, give everything you got, everything you got to give everything you got, because That's when everybody come to bringing each other game up. Hell, when I see Collins making plays out there, if you come over my side, I'm gonna try to knock you out too. So, my thing was we got to play up to par to where we need to all be on the same level and be effective. Lawrence Salem, one of the greatest ever. There's no doubt about that. But hell, as I said before, he'll never be able to do it without us. Without Mark Collins and Perry Williams in that corner and the rest of the guys on the rest of the field, you're not gonna win. What you gonna do? LT go rush the quarterback, then they go back there and cover the receivers. I mean, come on.
Hell no.
You can't, ain't no way. So it's called what I call the role concept, ROLE. Everybody had a role. MC had his role, I had my role. Now let's come together and make this thing happen. That's all it is.
So I have a question for both of you guys. So as we talked about this, the past, the present, why is the cornerback position overlooked? Why do you could be one of the best cornerbacks, people struggle to remember your name maybe, versus one of the best receivers, one of the best running backs. And even furthermore, people remember the linebackers generally, really strong defensive linemen people remember. Why is the cornerback position, in the court of public opinion, so different? It's a very important job to me. You have one of the, if not the most important job.
For me to chime in on that, guy, I would say this. They want to see the receiver score touchdowns. They don't want to see the defensive back get no interceptions, making big plays. They want to see that wide receiver catch a touchdown, and so he can do all his gyro moves or whatever the hell he do nowadays. That's what the fan base want to see. That's the fan engagement. And the TV networks, and people like to see all that kind of. They don't want to see no defensive back knock a guy out.
I do.
Guys.
I do. I love that shit.
Yeah, I know. But now you do that, you get kicked out the game. Roughing, you hit him in the head, you hit him too high, hit him too low. Come on, crop me a river, man. You go, my thing is, go out there and play the game. And so, I just think that's part of what's happening out there. I have nothing against any of these young guys out there playing the game, but if you go play the game the right way, and go out there and lay it on the line. I mean, that's all I know. Guys, I may have said this before, but you guys, listen, I won state championship in high school. I won ACC college championship. I won Super Bowl. I think I know a little bit about sports and about football, especially, and being around guys that we were talking about with MC here and the rest of the guys not on a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 5 years span. I'm talking about for almost a decade. Mark Collins and I were together 7 8 years together. That's like going to college twice. 4 years and then 4.
Some of us did go to college twice.
Yeah. But go ahead, guys. Go ahead. That's enough of me chiming in.
Mark, what about you?
Let me go back to the Paulson Adebo thing first. We spoke on that on my Giants Squad show with Patricia Tria and Jay Berman. Airs Tuesday and Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern on the Locked In Sports Channel. Anyway, YouTube.
Nice.
We spoke on that, and my thing is, he should have been there because he didn't have the best year at all.
And we paid him.
Yeah. So the first thing you do is new coach, get your butt there. John said he don't know why he wasn't there, so that's gonna work itself out another point at some time. But he should have been there. But strictly because he had a bad year, new coaching staff. You want to do the getting to know you kind of deal. Just show up 2 or 3 days, get out of there. As far as positional value, why cornerbacks are not as high marqueed as other positions, well, Perry just hit it nail on the head. Office sells tickets. That's what it is. As a positional value, and I know as we move on to going to the draft and other stuff, that's how teams draft now, based on positional value. For instance, a running back after his first 3 or 4 years or 5 years for his first contract, his positional value decreases compared to a receiver or a defensive back. So that's how that works out.
We just saw that with Saquon.
Yeah. So that
And then look what he did though.
yeah. But Saquon, guys like that come once in a lifetime.
Generational. Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't happen to every running back. The Chiefs drafted this guy Edward Helaire first round. After 2 years, I don't know. That's how it is. But I digress. Yeah, it's positional value. Corners, the league needs them. They really do. Because it's hard to make a receiver a corner, but positional value, you can take a good corner and put him at the slot, and then that corner can play safety. You have 3 positions you can make out of that corner. So that's why positional value wise, receivers are slightly higher than corners, but that's changing. It's changing. I hope that answered a little bit of the question, but it just makes sense. That's how it is.
And
I must be the oddball. I love badass cornerback play. I always have. I mean, I just love it. I love everything about it. I mean,
Well, yeah,
I wasn't
but George
a Seahawks fan, but Sherman used to just entertain me.
Yeah, but Sherman couldn't play inside.
True.
He was strictly outside corner. You look what happened with the Giants deal with Cordell Flott. When Flott came to the Giants, Flott was an outside corner. He was floundering a little bit, but he learned to play inside, and he can hold up on the outside in case of emergencies. This dude, I was hoping the Giants would keep him.
Yeah.
This guy goes to Tennessee, he's making a boatload of money because he can play inside.
Can you two guys fix my boy Deonte Banks too?
You know what?
I know I put you on the spot, but
I wish he's not a left corner for one.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. He don't have it. He can't play in the slot. I bet you, if Wilson, the new DC, I don't know I don't know if it's gonna be a 4-3-3-4. I have no idea.
Right.
And I don't know if it's gonna be a lot of man from press off. But I bet you, I would take a look at him at safety. I would. He's got 2 more years on his contract. You're not gonna let him go. You might as well see where he can play. If he can't play corner, because they brought in Newsome for a 1-year deal, and if the Giants don't draft a corner, if they don't trade out that 5 pick with Kansas City at 9, if what's the name is not there, the linebacker from Ohio State,
Styles.
Styles not there. They'll take Styles if he's there at 5. If Styles not there, they're trading out. I would. And get a corner 9 or whatever. But Banks, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with that kid. I don't know.
because he flourished as a rookie under Wink. I mean, I know it was a totally different scheme, a little more blitz heavy, a lot more blitz heavy, but
So which means the ball's got to come quicker.
right.
And he didn't do it from a lot of press position. He was doing it from off. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What do you guys hope people take away from that article and your message about the position?
That's pretty
Perry's article. And what do you hope they remember most about that specific story?
Well, yeah, more importantly, with that is to know that dynamics of what the position is for us, whatever the position is, but for defensive backs, man, you're living in a situation that's like, do or die. It's either you do it or you die. Make or break.
Second.
You got a split second. You got to be able to implement, and you got to be able to execute. Implement, execute. You got to be on the drop of a dime. Be able to gather your thoughts and react. Reaction. So it's a combination of things from not only the physicality, but from the mental aspect of it. A lot of guys, that have it and don't have it. Well, it seems to be going on now. Don't have it. Because you got to have your mindset, the mind over matter aspect of it, and I think that's where it is. The mental toughness comes in because you gotta have a special mindset to go out there and do what Will was doing for those years in Mark 13 or 11 years of doing each and every day. It's a grind. I always use that term to a lot of young men and young women. You got to grind to shine. You know, and if you're not willing to go into the grind, that's the problem. You're not willing to go to the grind. You just want to go and get the accolades right off the bat, and, look pretty and look cute and all that kind of stuff. And look at your girlfriend in the stadium and in stands. But the thing is, you got to go out there and compete on the highest level and consistently. And then that's part of the stuff that as a defensive back, cornerback, and that tough, that tenacity like Collins had, it's no secret about that, man. This guy was a great player, and I enjoyed working with him, because I knew that, hey, I got a chance to win. That's a bad feeling when you go out there, you look on the other side of the field, you see a guy like, I don't know what that other guy go do over there. I'm kind of, this guy's a little suspect to me. What this guy go do? I ain't gonna call no names, but we had a couple of them come through there. I was like, oh,
that is
Lord.
A real thing.
Yeah, Harry Uppercut Collins, man. Mark did well. He got Collins got, MT got hurt, one time or two. I ain't gonna say that. Man, get your ass well. I need you back out there.
Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
George is here today. Oh no. Not you, George.
I think I could have
Not
played
you,
on
George.
that defense somewhere. Oh, not me. Okay.
No, not you.
one thing about corner that I check, and Perry may concur. When you play corner, you got to own it. And when my sons were playing corner, and I talk about technique, I said, everybody can play. You got the physical attributes to play corner, but you got to embrace it and own it. You got to own everything that comes with it. You got to own the good, the bad, the giving up, the touchdown, the Flipper Anderson on a broken angle. You got to own it. You got to own the Jerry Rice touch. You got to own it. And you cannot sink in a level of depression. So what I mean by own it. Yeah, that happened. Embrace the smell and the pain, because that gets you out of it to go to another level. If you don't own it and embrace it and say that'll never happen again, it will happen again and again and again, and you'll be working at Walmart. and there's nothing wrong with working at Walmart.
No.
That's not what we signed up to do.
Right.
You signed
Guys,
up.
I gotta step out for me. I'm sorry.
No, all good.
You got to own this thing. So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And I hope it's all right.
I hope so too.
Is a dog or something? Hope he's
No,
all
all
right.
good.
Perry, we got your back, Perry.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's the deal playing corner. And I don't know, and I've coached very little, but I talked to a lot of people.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to go out for a second.
You go, brother.
All good.
But that's one of those things that it's hard to talk to DBs nowadays, and I'll tell you why. Guys like me and Perry, we can't talk to guys who are making 20, 30 million a year. They're unapproachable. I mean, there's nothing that we have in common other than we played football. I don't know how to engage with those people because they're not engaging with me. Back in the day when I was coming out of college, the Rams practiced at Cal State Fullerton. I used to work out with Leroy Irvin, Nolan Cromwell. Those guys would invite me to cover those receivers. Henry Eller, I played against Henry in college, but he was drafted with the Rams. Duckworth, all these guys. And I'm a sophomore in college, and I'm working with these guys, and they embrace me. I pick their brains like crazy. I talked to Lester Hayes. These guys nowadays, they got all the answers.
I don't think they do.
But
No,
No, I
I'm
know.
just saying.
I got it.
I mean, it's one of those things where you're just driven by money. Like you have a good contract and you lost all drive, and they're just like, fuck it. I know everything. I don't need to learn anymore.
Yeah.
If I survive, cool. If not, I just made a lot of money and I'm good.
Yeah, so that's how it is.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
there's nothing that I could tell a guy making $15-20 million a year. Now, if he came to me and asked me some questions, yeah, I'll work with you. But they don't.
None of
They-
them. Nobody wants any advice.
No,
Nope.
none.
Nope. Yep.
That is
Got their own agenda.
That's
Got their
fucking
own
wild.
agenda.
because you would think
Yep.
not to keep shitting on Deontay Banks, but you would think a guy like him in this franchise. I mean, obviously, you have you two guys right here in the second set of Super Bowl runs. There were some pretty good defensive backs on that team. There's people in the pipeline you can bounce shit off of and say, "Hey, can you help me
Yeah.
with what?"
You would think. I mean, with the access that these players on the Giants have, I would be. They could call. They could get me and Perry's number from Joanne Lemick. They could give from anybody else. Hey, you know what? Or if some of these guys live in North Carolina, some of them in California, or some of the guys live in Kansas or Missouri. Hey, Mark, and you know what? I don't know you, but I got your number from so and so and so and so. I'm going to be in town. Can I come and talk to you?
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's
fucking
crazy
wild.
to just watch.
Yeah.
It's called complacency. They're complacent.
Oh,
Get the money and then sit like
Because they're getting paid
like a-
regardless of their
Well,
output.
That's
No,
right.
what I mean.
Yeah, that too, guys. But if I know a guy with 11 years experience in the NFL who's living in my state and I have access to him, or I know a guy and won 2 Super Bowls, and I know another guy who is going to be in California or in Kansas, Missouri, and I'm going to be in that area, and I have access to him through the team that I played for,
Hmm.
and I don't utilize it, you're a dumbass. You are. Because I know
with
I
a
would
capital
do it
A.
in a heartbeat. If I was an actor, right? Let's say I was an actor, a struggling actor, and I had access to talk to Denzel Washington. And I know Denzel's going to be on the West Coast or in New York, and we went to the same school, and I have access to talk to him, and I don't utilize that. What kind of fool am I?
Yeah.
it's crazy. And I mean, you guys have a lot of fans, I just want to say. That's why, Perry, we brought you on, and Mark, we brought you on. We do have a couple comments we want to bring up to you guys. True Yankees fan says, fast ass Perry Williams from NC State, our fastest DB back in the day. So great to see him doing good because he is New York Giants royalty and was a huge part of our first 2, he meant to say, Super Bowl wins.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Crazy.
Tell him thank you. Whoever that guy is, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Go
Absolutely.
Yankees.
Yeah.
You hear that, Tom? Go Yankees.
Yeah, Tom. Go Yankees, buddy.
I live in Queens. I have a Giants
Nets.
Mets pass.
Dude. Don't get me talking baseball. Don't get me talking baseball. Going to pay all that money.
Yeah,
He has a Mets podcast too. It's just on very late at night.
I don't, guys. Don't worry. I'm not. Yeah.
Good thing.
Yep. We talked about Deontay Banks before, but yeah, that's a good comment as well.
Yeah, he can. He can make it. It all depends on what kind of what coverages they run.
Yeah.
You know, that's all depends. And and Wilson had a pretty decent defense down in Tennessee. They were decent. So, it just depends on what they're going to run. Now, they're going to find out real quick what kind of player Banks is. They'll find out quick. We'll figure it out.
Absolutely. George, I'll throw it back to you here. I know.
Well, you're going to throw me right on the spot. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Sorry.
for both of you guys, what does it mean to still be so many years later, not to throw your ages out there, but to still be connected to Giants fans to this day right here? That's got to feel pretty incredible, no?
Oh, yeah. For me, yes. Speaking on my behalf, as I was saying early on, guys, you win. The people in New York will love you forever. Here I am over 30 years later, 35 years, whatever it is. I'm still doing, I live in North Carolina, but I do my work in New York at Long
Yeah.
Island University. I mean, where in the world am I going to do that at? You know what I mean? The people there, they engaged, and this came embrace me. And I've been working with LIU now, 7 years? Next week, another week would be 7 years. And I say that I heard Mark say something earlier, and you win, they gonna embrace you. They gonna want you to be a part of that. If Perry Williams bringing Long Island, what is he bringing to Long Island? Bringing not only tenacity and action, but he bringing truth and merit. He's been there, he's lived it. Not only as a professional athlete, but as as a human being. Get my education. Making sure I got my degree. I got a degree, undergraduate degree, and I have a master's degree. I went back to school while I was still playing for the Giants in the off season. Got a master's degree. Living after life after sports, because we know we're all not going to live and play sports forever, regardless if we play professionally, collegiately, or whatever. High school, it's all going to come to an end. And see people like Mark Collins is an entrepreneur. He's doing his thing. He's living life, but he's spreading the gospel. You got to be an idiot, like he said, not to go want to talk to him. Hey, if I got somebody in connection, hey, you go out there in Kansas or California, I got somebody's name, Mark Collins. That's who you need to talk to. Talk to some of these other, butt plugs out here talking this yang. I ain't got time for that. Come on, man. I'm gonna find me a real deal, the real deal. I don't need no damn, donkey. I need me a thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Yeah. I engage in social media. I'm very engaged. So I'm always on top of being close to the Giants fans, and I appreciate all of them. So I think it's the coolest thing. And like I said earlier, there's no place better at least in this country, than winning than New York. There isn't. There really isn't. And you can win all the championships you want. And let me back a little bit. I know it was a little off script. We've been going. I just want to tell. I made the all-time Giants all 100 team. I was number 56, which is an honor. Because I never thought of myself as being that, but I was chosen. There's a guy who should be on that list, and that's Perry Williams. I don't know how he got left off that list. I don't know. But Perry should be one of the top greatest Giants players of all time. I'm happy I made the list. Like I said, I was shocked at 56. I said, wow, that's pretty high. I guess I did some good things. But Perry definitely should have been one of those guys on that list, and he was omitted. But the Giant fans are the best. I played in Kansas City, Green Bay, and Seattle. But there's something special about the Giants fan. They know everything about you. They are football purists, and they're honest. They know what they see. And as Perry said, and I say, if you win in New York and you give your all, they see it. They see it. They know when and you know what? This guy's a keeper. I'm going to tell you a quick story, and I won't take too much of your time. I know we're pressed.
The floor is yours.
We're playing San Francisco in New York in '88, and I'm shutting Jerry Rice down. I'm shutting him down. We're in the
Can
coverage.
you
Cover
imagine
two.
thinking that before you go to bed at night that I just shut Jerry Rice down? Holy
I'm having a great game. So Joe Montana comes in, throws the ball to Jerry. I'm there. Great throw, great catch. Kenny Hill knocks me down. He runs for a touchdown. We lose that game. And I'm on the sideline. Everybody's shaking hands. I'm on the sideline. I'm on the bench. And I sat on that bench running the whole game, technique-wise, play-by-play in my mind. For it seemed like 20, 30 minutes. I'm sitting on the bench. Every play. And that final play. Game's over. I'm done. I'm sitting there. And I get up and I look in the stands, there's about 20, it seemed like 20 to 30,000 fans still at Giant Stadium.
Hmm.
When I walked off, they start clapping. That to me tells me what the Giant fans are all about.
Hmm.
When I walked off, they clapped and they left. That was cool. So, I've always had much respect for Giants fans because they knew, hey, I gave my all. Shit happens.
Yeah.
I went out at the club partying the night afterwards or whatever. I wasn't doing stupid stuff. I think it showed them that I gave a damn.
Hmm.
That's all fans want.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you
Yep.
give a damn?
Yep.
Yeah.
If not, go to the Jets.
Yeah.
Don't do that stuff here. We don't do that with the Giants. So that was my story. Anyway,
It's a great one.
Same
No,
building,
that is
very
great. And-
different organization.
And all those fans, well, right off the bat, they kick you out about 8 seconds after the final second ticks. They get you out of there in a heartbeat now.
oh
But,
wow, yeah,
Oh, really?
that just shows those fans were there for you.
yeah.
They knew the magnitude of what transpired. They knew you were obviously the player involved. They knew you were going through everything in the game, and they're
I gave a damn.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, man.
That's what I want to see. So,
100%.
yeah.
Well, from everybody here at 1925, I'd like to thank both of you for coming on. Before we take off, is there anything you guys want to talk about, mention, plug, appearances, anything coming on, anywhere you're going to be?
I got the Giant Squad show, Patricia Trenia and Jay Berman every Tuesday and Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. You can find us on YouTube, Locked On Sports. Talking Giants.
You know,
Love.
either any of you going to either of you, sorry, terrible English. Either of you going to the event at Woodbridge in Jersey, the 40th anniversary of the Super Bowl team, the signing event in May?
I'm not privy of that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hadn't heard.
Did I do something?
I hadn't heard nothing about that. But yeah, hey,
No,
it
I was
is
just
what it
curious.
is.
I knew they were doing the event there. I was just curious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have various events, I'm sure, do things.
Yeah. I know the
My
Giants are doing
thing,
something.
my thing is, talk to the guys and see the MC to have a chance to see him and tell. We know, hey, we're champions. That's all I want. That's all I'm concerned about. Hey, my guys know I gave everything I ever
Yep.
had, so
100%.
that's good enough
We
for
all
me.
know it.
You guys are awesome. We appreciate you both and your time. A lot of great stories. I wasn't alive to see you guys play, but I watched a lot on VHS tapes. I watched a lot. So
Go to YouTube. It's not on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right,
Mark.
guys.
Thanks,
All
Perry.
right, guys.
Appreciate you
It's
guys.
been a
Thanks a
great
lot.
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Later.
Thank you.
Later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was Perry Williams and Mark Collins of the New York Giants, 2-time Super Bowl champs.
Badass
We did-
cornerbacks.
Boom.
Badass.
Fucking awesome.
Badass.
Cool interview.
They were badass. I mean,
People don't realize. I don't know. Modern fans. Perry Williams was 6'2",
Fucking monster, dude.
and he had track level speed.
Yeah.
That has to be terrifying when you are
Terrifying.
a 5'8", 5'9", maybe 6 foot tall receiver. This guy's
Six-
just as fast as you. Oh, and he's 2 inches higher. His arms are longer. He can totally disruptive. And then you got Mark on the other side. A little more tight man coverage, a lot of hard tackles, a lot of hard hits.
great instincts.
Basically, great instincts. Basically, like a glove. Played like a glove. He was on you.
27 career picks.
Yeah.
27.
Perry Williams,
Wow.
6'2", 200 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
And he's faster than you.
Fast. Anybody's faster than me in the NFL, to be fair. But yes,
Perry was-
Olympic level
Very
speed.
quick.
And if we didn't have that problem with the Olympics that year, if you remember from our first show with Barry, he would have been on the track and field team.
Yes.
So
Well, Perry, the smart, high IQ, fast, Mark, outstanding ball skills, excellent player, had a knack for causing turnovers. And one was 6'2", the other was 5'10". It doesn't matter how tall or short you are at the position, your dedication, your work ethic, your skill, whatever you bring to the table. And they both brought different skill sets to the table that both made them very successful and eventually 2-time Super Bowl champions. And I do agree with what they said that Perry Williams should also be in the top 100. But in the
100%.
committee's defense, they had a really tough list to make. That was a very, very tough list because, then somebody else has to come out. And at the end of the day, Perry Williams, Mark Collins, two of the best DBs in Giants history.
Was Plaxico in there?
Yes.
Fuck him. He's gone. Perry, you're in.
yeah,
I
Plaxico,
would have
you kind of fucked up that going back.
Kind of shot yourself in the foot there.
I would have
Or
taken Tiki Barber out and put Perry in.
Yeah, Tiki was a dog, dude.
He
Yeah,
was.
dude.
We remember the end of Tiki and how nasty it was, but there was a point where Tiki was him.
Tiki, you look at Tiki's stats, it was fucking insane.
He was him. Receiving too.
The end of his career kind of killed his reputation. I think me and George were both at the same game. We didn't know each other at that time, but the Ring of Honor game for Tiki Barber against the Bears. How brutal was that game when they announced Tiki Barber? The boos littered that
Yeah,
stadium.
because he shit on Eli Manning, and he
He did, but that doesn't take away how dude. Look at his stats, man. I know because you're a stat guy, but Tiki was the man. I'd boo Plaxico any day of the week.
I'll be honest with you. Tiki Barber is one of the best running backs in Giants history. I think he's top 5, 100%, possibly higher.
And he's going to be top 100 overall.
But he will never make the Hall of Fame because of his
Well, he did that to himself.
poor reputation.
That's on him. If
He
he was
never
staying,
won a
Listen,
Super Bowl.
He took the ball home early because of the whole, and whatever else he wanted to do in life. But
And I will die on this sword. If Tiki Barber was on the Giants in 2007, they don't win Super Bowl 42.
it's a different offense, but you're probably right.
Think about it.
Tiki was a selfish player,
Shockey,
man.
Tiki,
Shockey, same with Shockey, man. I
It
love
wouldn't
Shockey,
have
but
allowed Eli to do what he did, in my opinion. No disrespect to those guys, but it's just I felt that you had younger players like an Ahmad Bradshaw that stepped up and, rookie. We might not ever draft him.
Thanks.
Brandon
Yeah,
Jacobs.
no, I agree. I agree, man. That's a great.
little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That was fun while it lasted.
That was super fun. That was like every other snap, someone else was in there. It was kind of crazy.
Think we're
Yeah.
going back to that now? What are we doing with the
And
draft?
people blame Eli about not having these crazy stats. He didn't need to. He made
did.
clutch plays when it mattered. He made those clutch throws when it mattered. He threw a lot of touchdown passes, something we didn't get for 6 years with Daniel Jones.
Took
Right?
his shots too.
Like,
He
Okay.
stood in the pocket and got lit up.
Yeah. He took hard hits.
Tom,
and
is it fair to say fuck Daniel Jones?
No, I will never say that, but he will never come close to Eli Manning. 100%.
That's fair.
Was there any other comments from the class, Tom? I don't know if we had a little technical difficulties.
We had
I'm just
we
curious.
had we had a few. We had an Eagles are gay. We also had a fly.
Not that
Eagles
there's anything
fly.
wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. But fly Eagles, fly.
You gotta want it,
I want
pimp.
pimp. Yeah, we're pimps. No Tudo?
No
Tudo,
Tudo
where the-
tonight. No Tudo tonight.
Tudo,
Hey
don't
Tudo,
get
where
extra
the hell
credit.
are you? In Wales, Ireland? Where are you in your rugby team?
2 weeks.
We have
2
to
weeks in a
focus a
row.
little bit. So
I like
next
when
week,
George is making us focus.
Uh-oh.
let's
What do we got?
do some plugging of our own for a second.
Housekeeping, we call it.
I call it housekeeping every Friday. I vacuum this place top to bottom. You should watch me. So next week, what do we got going on, Tom?
Well, we have a very special guest. We actually just got another comment from how was the union meeting?
Oh, brother.
That's a different story.
So,
You could just skip shit like that, Tom.
folks,
Next week.
next week we have a very special guest. We have not interviewed him yet. He is not a former Giants player. He is not a two-time Super Bowl champion, but he is the one and only super fan of the New York Football Giants. Joe Ruback, license plate guy, joins the show next Monday, April 13th. It'll be a 7 p.m. start time, unless we have to make last-second adjustments. But April 13th at 7 p.m., license plate guy joins the show. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him twice in the past on my old show. Guys, what do you think of this guest reveal?
Strap the fuck in.
Strap in, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. I love 7 p.m. 7 p.m. is a good time. Me and George, we're not getting any younger. These, like it's 9:34 right now. That's pretty late. That's pretty late in the 40-year-old man world. Tom, you'll get there someday, but I support it. Yeah, license plate guy, he'll be great. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll have a lot to
roll us
discuss.
right in. That'll roll us right into the draft.
Yeah.
Right into the draft.
And then
It's
I'll
gonna be-
tease something else. There might be something on the horizon. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
jinx myself, but
You shouldn't. Yeah.
no,
Well,
that's what you got to
this
do. You gotta
special
let people know.
plan is not confirmed. This
No, I got you. I'm just
not
saying,
confirmed
keep your
yet,
eyes,
George, right?
keep
It's
your
in-
eyes and ears open. Pay
That's what we
attention.
call it. That's what we call a cliffhanger, folks.
Pay attention.
If you want to check out our replay of tonight's episode with Mark Collins and Perry Williams, make sure you check us out on all of our social media on
Please
YouTube
do.
at 1925 Podcast Big Blue, on Facebook and Instagram as well at 1925 The New York Giants Podcast.
You had to fucking do it. You made it so far in this show, and it's like you knew you were gonna set that up for the last hour, just to dig me.
You know what? Fuck George.
Can I ask
Can we
you
ever-
a probing question?
Can we just say? Can we just say, like, I'm a linebacker from Notre Dame and move on? Does it have to be the Ohio State University? Does it have to be the U? Do we have to do that? Because every college has it now. Like, who
I'm a
gives
Notre
shit?
Dame fan. I don't know. What
I know,
you're
but
talking
just
about.
say where you're from. And I'm sorry, the only time it was clever to say your high school or your grade school or some culinary academy was the first fucking time they do it. When they do it the 1,000th time, Mitchell Ness High School, no one gives a fuck. Like, they did that 10 years ago.
Straight
Like,
off
say
the
what college you're
couch.
from. Am I
Straight
wrong?
off the couch.
Am I wrong? That was a good one. Yeah, that's a great one. But if
Yeah, I
someone
mean,
did
you are
straight off the
sitting
couch-
on your couch right now.
But if someone
I just
did
wanna
straight off
say.
the couch every week, it'd be like, okay, we get it, dude. You're last week you were unsigned, whatever. But
I wish I was sitting on my couch. This chair is pretty uncomfortable.
Well, lot
nothing
to
like a
come,
little
folks.
rant to end the show,
Lot to come. In the next few weeks. NFL draft season is here. We're in the month of April.
Oh, Dexter. We gotta talk about Dexter before we go.
Do
This-
we?
We do. This is fucking miffing me. This one is weird. This one hurts. It's weird. I don't know how I feel.
This shit happens all the time.
It does, but man,
Happens all the time.
It's a money
That's-
grab. I mean, he's
It
the
is.
what? He's one of the best defensive tackles in the league. He's
7 years.
now
of
now
losing.
the 11th or 12th highest paid defensive tackles, given the contract.
everyone
shifts and
paid more
everything.
than and the top 3 don't even have Pro Bowls yet, if I remember reading that
Correct.
right.
So I
He's
get
got
it.
3 Pro Bowls.
It's a power play, like I think we talked about earlier today off camera. Sure, he wants 30 million a year, but if he gets 7 with incentives, it's a win. I think he's coming back. I don't think there's any way they're letting him go. I think he just wants a little bit more money. But it goes into what Perry and Mark were talking about earlier. These motherfuckers they're spoiled.
This
I just feel
generation.
like he's gonna go to the fucking Eagles or the Cowboys, and then all of a sudden we can't run against
Well,
them.
you know
Not
what the
this
problem is, and this is no knock on you guys, but I'm kind of in this generation that.
Oh, here
well,
we
I'm
go.
kind
This
of
guy,
knocking
this
myself.
guy, I've never seen a guy fucking hold on to 10 years different than Tom Scabetta.
Hold on.
To be fair,
I know
throw
we
it
had
in his face every week.
we had
Well,
horse
you
and buggy.
guys are talking about Dexter Lawrence. He's 28. I'm not too far off of that. So I'm just saying The mindset is so much different, right? Because of the atmosphere, the social media world. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's a follower. Dexter Lawrence is not a leader of the New York Football Giants. He is not a leader. The fact that he is demanding a trade after the Giants gave him a 4-year, $92 million contract a couple years ago. You want to request a trade now when there's a new head coach in town, when there is a new defensive coordinator in town?
You think it's
are the spotlight of this defense.
Do you think it's a reactionary thing? Like maybe his first, his first doings with Harbaugh maybe didn't go all that great, or maybe Harbaugh said, "Hey,
No,
this is every." You don't think there was something there? Because
it was happening last year in post.
It was, but what's the difference though? The team since you've been on it has been a shit show, with the exception of 2022. Now you have this godsend of a coach coming. Okay, a playoff Super Bowl caliber coach who has a vision, who's bringing players that seemingly are aligned with that vision. Wouldn't that be like, your life raft if you're Dexter Lawrence? Like, holy shit.
He's been really weird the last couple of years with the media, and I don't like it. That's why I just made the comment that I just did.
He showed up. He showed up out of shape last year.
Yes. What have you done for me lately?
I talk about this. He has more interceptions than he does sacks, and I got you. He's been double teamed, but I got you. You're one of your top 3 defensive tackles in the league, right?
Play like it.
Play like it.
Well, they also keep shipping his fucking partners.
Listen.
I understand that.
I get it.
No, that's a fucking thing. That's a tandem position, just like the cornerbacks are.
It is.
Well, then blame himself. He's making 4 years, $92 million. How are you going to pay Leonard Williams or Dalvin Tomlinson?
We're still not negating the fact that he showed up fucking out of shape. He looked like shit last year. And
he weighed like 380 pounds in training camp.
Yeah, I mean, so
do I think Dexter on the podcast?
Oh, he's not coming on. Do I think he's worth keeping? 100%. Do I think he's worth $30 million a year? No. Is this a power play to get a little bit more money? Sure. But these players nowadays, they don't give a fuck about winning. They just want as much money as they can before they retire. Because what do we always hear nowadays? It's a business. And that's how they all look at it. Look at Barkley. Look at any decent player out there. They're going to make as much money as they can before their careers are done. Lawrence is 29, 28. He's almost done. He's trying to get as much as he can out of this league.
He won't be in the league at 35.
No, fuck no. He won't be at the league at 32 at this rate.
No.
He's out of shape. He hasn't produced. I think
you gotta give a guy a little bit. He can have a down year, a bad year.
No.
Fuck
you, because your job is to get your body in the best shape possible to perform at a high level, and he has not done that.
How many defensive coordinators has he played with?
3.
Shane Bowen, Denard Wilson,
and a Wink
Martindale.
The point I'm making is
but
little consistency in his career. That means something.
He's a tackle.
Well,
he's a fucking great tackle.
George,
I understand, but it's not that complex.
How many offensive coordinators did Daniel Jones have in his time?
I've always said that. I'm not a fan of Daniel Jones, but I said that's a big part of what didn't help him.
No, you know what? I defended Daniel Jones up until Tyrod Taylor came in and performed way better than he could.
For 2 seconds, because he could only last 2 seconds on the field.
That's what she said.
I don't know. I don't think Dexter's a guy you totally walk away from.
No, look, this is all knee-jerk stuff, right? But, George, you did kind of open this can of worms.
I did. Don't get me wrong, I did. But you got to remember, man, I'm telling you, the level of respect that's put on Dexter's name across this league, even last year with a terrible year, whether or not he was out of shape or not, he was doubled, I think, in the highest percentile at that position. They're respecting that name.
So
when you pay attention to him, that frees up Burns, it frees up Carter, frees up Thibodeau if he gets on the field, frees up the whole thing.
This is what I don't like, right? I agree with him that yes, he should be fed up with the losing and he deserves better. I do agree with that part. But you request a trade now, you're basically saying, screw John Harbaugh, who you didn't give a chance. You're
agree.
basically saying that, oh, yeah, I know coming off my bad season that my trade value is not going to be as high. I don't care about the Giants, the team that paid me 4 years, $92 million. And let's be honest, Dexter Lawrence was also part of the reason why the Giants only won 4 games last year. It's not like he was out with a significant injury at any point, right?
I mean, he's had a banged up elbow for probably the last 2.5 years, or so, lingering. No, I'm just saying there has been some injuries there.
Okay.
But I agree with you, Tom. But the one thing I think you're missing, let's look at Dexter Lawrence's homies. Okay, let's just look at them. All right, Xavier McKinney. How's he doing right now? How's Julian Love doing? How's Leonard Williams doing? How's Saquon doing? How's Daniel Jones doing? Is Daniel Jones in a better position than he was with this team? Sure,
he's
the fuck
not.
is.
He's not. He tore.
Sure is.
He tore his everything.
Sure is. Every player I just mentioned that went this route, that either sought the trade or just was going to play free agency or just basically say, this is toxic, I'm fucking out. They've all kind of done better.
I got you, but this isn't about being toxic anymore because we're moving towards a new coach, a coach who knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yes, Brian Dable's not the head coach anymore. If Dable was still the head coach,
I would agree with
get
you.
it.
Yes, 100%.
I would totally understand why he's doing this, but
this
why
is strictly
now?
a money thing because it's money.
Yes,
He's trying to get
and
everything.
that's why
he
I
can.
don't view him as a leader anymore. He's not a leader.
George, do the dance and say goodnight.
We just had Perry and Mark on for an hour and a half.
No, I trust me, I get it, but
Oh,
this dude's been through a hell of a start in his career,
oh.
numbers wise.
And
Did
Daniel Jones
did
did
he
it.
only make
And
90
Daniel
million?
Jones did it.
Oh, fuck him.
All
Just
right. Well,
saying.
you know, here's the great part about this is we can revisit this if Dexter moves on and we get some other Tom, Dick, and Harry to play that position, and dudes are just running it up for fun, and there's no pressure. I'll just be like, huh, and we'll probably see he's on the Vikings or some shit, and he has a 3 or 4 sack game or some dumb shit, and we'll be like, oh, we could have had him too. The same way we do when we see Williams, when we see Julian Love, when we see McKinney, when we see Saquon, all these other guys that Williams we didn't, the Jets picked him. All these other guys we picked to build a team around clearly become pivotal pieces in another organization. That says something about what the Giants have done the last 7-8 years.
I
Time
agree
out.
with that
Time out.
until
Who
this
drafted
year.
McKinney and Saquon? Not Joe Shane.
I got you.
Dave Gettleman drafted them.
I'm aware.
I'm not saying Shane.
I'm not stripping it down that far. I'm just saying
just-
organization wise, these were guys at one point we were looking at to build a team around.
But we also throw in like Xavier McKinney. Like I loved him, he was great, but we don't know that backstory when he broke his arm on a 4-wheeler. What really?
in
Like
Mexico.
there's so many
No, I got
things
it.
that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Like in a locker room.
So why didn't
or
they pay
on a
Julian
personal
Love?
level.
What about Julian Love? He had a squeaky existence.
I don't know. The name Love seems
They
too
didn't
soft.
pay Julian Love because they had to pay Daniel Jones
Yeah,
and they had
Oh.
to tag Barkley.
we got tied by Gettleman.
Correct.
Like Gettleman.
And
What?
and
Holiday.
and, and we paid Leonard Williams 3 years, $62 million.
And at that time, Leonard and Dexter were the best 1-2 inside.
There's
they were great.
no
They were great.
denying.
We couldn't
there's
afford
no
that though. There was
denying
too many pieces to move.
At
No,
one
Like,
point, guys, we had Dexter Lawrence, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Leonard Williams on the same defensive line.
I know.
Hog mollies.
And we stopped the run.
listen, I love Dexter Lawrence at the end of the day, but I do think this is just a cop out to get a little bit more money. I don't blame him because I get it, but at the same token, what are you doing? You came off your worst year ever.
Listen, it could be worse. He could be Evan Neal. Could be Josh
Who got a
Azudu.
1 year? How could it be worse? He got a 1-year deal.
Evan Neal called out the fan base when he was playing bad.
Yeah, but it
He was
doesn't even.
even beyond that. He was a healthy scratch all year, and they gave him a deal. I mean, I know
Could
it's
be-
a small deal. Was it nothing guaranteed on that or something? It's pretty
Correct.
low.
$0
Yeah.
guaranteed for the number
Yeah,
7
but-
overall pick in the draft.
Wild.
So I could see with Dexter Lawrence some incentive soaring his way, like you get your fat ass in shape and you're ready. We'll give you the money you want, but
Lose 30 pounds, play well, and then if we're still losing, then you can complain if you want.
but
Because
for
that's
you
all
to
this
not,
world is now, right? Everybody complains about everything, and then eventually they get what they want. Because that's how the world operates in the year 2026, and it's really fucking annoying.
that's your generation, George or Tom. Not
I don't,
you.
I don't disagree with. That's the point I was getting at before.
No, I know.
Hey,
I
the Knicks
agree.
are doing.
Uh-huh.
Fuck the Knicks. Why don't you?
I kind of wish Perry and Mark were still on because they'd probably agree with like the overall gist of what we're getting at here.
No,
This,
I think they. I
like,
think they
generational
would.
problem.
It is. It is. I just didn't want to take up too much of their time.
No, of course.
And those
I'm
guys
just
were
saying,
great, by the way.
I got a feeling if we part ways with Dexter, I think it could be a negative for us.
We could regret it, but at what cost? Like, what do you do, man? Like, you're getting paid $20 million a year. Like, you didn't perform last year. You've got a new coach. Let it play out. Like I said, restructure incentives. Prove yourself at this point.
You don't think that signing Burns long term, right off the rip, might have played into that? Because that was
Burns
kind of
Burns had a phenomenal fucking year, though.
no,
That's-
that was before he even played it down.
He still proved himself.
He was traded and then automatically re-signed, and he got a monster deal. You don't think that played in his head, like you know, maybe
Position.
that, I know it's position, but
Positional
you don't think-
value.
Like
I get it, but you don't
think
think that plays in his head a little bit? Like, oh, they gave it.
Listen. Dexter Lawrence is one of my favorite players. I truly love him. I think he's great for the team if he's performing at a top level. But if he's not, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, $20 million a year is pretty substantial. I get it. You signed the contract. It was good value. It's no longer there anymore because it's all shifted. Perform. Prove you're worth that. He hasn't done that. He's not in shape. He performed like shit last year. I hope he can turn it around. I do agree we need somebody else in there to help him out. But if he's not willing to do that, if we're not able to do that, like, I don't understand. Like, he doesn't have any clout, if you will.
Yeah. I think just at the end of the day, it's a business, right? Players are going to come and go, but it's important as fans to realize too that we at the end of the day shouldn't get too attached to these guys. I know it's hard, but a guy who's been here for 6-7 years through a lot of losing has every right to complain, but the timing is my issue. And I think that's the only problem I have here is the timing of this.
You know what
Correct.
this fan base needs? It
A
needs
drink?
a reason to believe.
Yes, a reason to believe. Make sure to go check out that book by Gary Reasons, the guest we had on 2 weeks ago. One of 4 former Giants players we've had on the podcast now, by the way.
And if you haven't read the book yet, I suggest you do. It's a phenomenal read. Gary, phenomenal guest. Anything else, George?
No, I think we're good, right? LPG next week, 7 p.m. Be there. Next Monday.
LPG next Monday. We're going to
7
be covering
p.m..
the draft. 7 p.m. different start time. We're going to flood it all over our socials. I'm excited for that. Excited and
Hell yeah.
scared at the same time. But
Tudo, we miss you. Chaudhry, get fucked. Anything else?
Cheers.
Cheers.
fuck the Cowboys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, guys.